The old house stood on a hill overlooking the town, its darkened windows like vacant eyes staring out at the world. Locals whispered tales of its former inhabitant, an eccentric man named Elias Thorne, and the peculiar companion he kept. Elias was a recluse, rarely seen by anyone. When he did venture out, a hush would fall over the town. Not because of Elias himself, but because of what sat perched atop his head, a large, black bird. It wasn't a pet in the usual sense. It was never on a leash, never in a cage. It simply was there, always still, always watching. Children would point and whisper, their innocent curiosity tinged with a delicious fear. Adults would quickly look away, a shiver running down their spines. The bird's eyes, they swore, followed everyone. They seemed to hold an ancient, knowing intelligence that belied its feathery form. One particularly stormy night, the wind howled like a banshee through the skeletal trees surrounding Elias's house. A young man named Thomas, a budding journalist with a thirst for a story, decided this was his chance. Armed with a camera and a notebook, he scaled the overgrown path to the house, the rain plastering his hair to his forehead. He found the front door ajar, creaking rhythmically in the wind. Inside, the air was thick with the scent of dust and something else. Something metallic and faintly sweet. Thomas called out Elias's name, his voice swallowed by the vast, echoing silence of the house. He moved through the gloom. As he ventured deeper, a low, guttural croaking sound reached his ears. It seemed to come from upstairs. Heart-pounding, Thomas ascended the creaking staircase, each step a protest against his intrusion. The sound grew louder, more insistent. He pushed open a door at the end of the hallway. The room was sparsely furnished, dominated by a large, four-poster bed. And there, lying still on the bed, was Elias Thorne. The bird was still on his head. Thomas gasped, stumbling backward. The bird, larger than he remembered, its feathers seeming to absorb all light, turned its head. Its eyes, those dark, knowing eyes, fixed on him. They glinted with an undeniable malice. As Thomas stared, a horrifying realization dawned on him. Elias wasn't just lying there, he was drained. His skin was pale and waxy, his eyes vacant and sunken. And the bird's chest seemed to be subtly heaving. A soft, fleshy squelch echoed in the silence. Thomas watched in terror as a thin, glistening tendril, black as night, slowly retracted from Elias's temple and disappeared beneath the bird's feathers. The bird tilted its head, a silent, chilling challenge. Then, with a sudden, powerful flap of its immense wings, it launched itself from Elias's head, soaring directly towards Thomas. A shriek tore from Thomas's throat as he stumbled backward, tripping over his own feet. He scrambled to his feet and bolted down the stairs, the sound of the bird's heavy wings beating behind him. He didn't dare look back. He burst out of the front door, gasping for air, the rain a cold shock against his burning skin. He ran all the way back to town, not stopping until he was safe within the warm glow of his own home. He tried to tell his story, but no one believed him. They called it a fever dream, a journalistic fabrication. But Thomas knew. He knew what he had seen. And sometimes, late at night, when the wind howled and the shadows danced, he could still hear the faint, guttural croaking. And he would swear, with a chilling certainty, that when he looked at his own reflection, just for a fleeting moment, he could see a subtle darkening around his temples. He never looked at birds the same way again.